Hello everyone, I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Yep. Last we left off, we finished up the Shaded Woods. Yep. Start off at the bonfire on that little bridge, aqueduct, whatever the thing it was, but yeah, start off on that bonfire. Yep. And we just kind of made our way through. Yep. Just looted some items here and there. I think some soul items. The chest containing magic bolts. Another chest containing a chunk and a petrified dragon bone. Yeah, took care of one of the little quasi-invisible hollow person thing. Yeah, he was on the bridge, just kind of chilling. But we were outside the Misty Woods area, so he was pretty plain to see. Yeah, still can't lock on, but you can see him pretty easily. Yep. So cleared out that bridge. We kind of did a jump to the right. Yeah, jump to the right. Mainly to grab or to unpetrify the Lion Warrior there, because that Lion Warrior has the Fang Key, which we need to free Ornifex. So made sure to do that. So we unpetrified him, beat him up, grabbed a key, and then we hopped back, or we didn't have to hop back. There was a little fallen tree bridge thing that kind of dropped us back at the bonfire. So yeah, so we just kind of back onto the bridge. Yep, and then we press forward into the woods itself. Well, the rest of the woods anyway. And at that point, we made kind of like a clockwise loop around the area. Yeah, I think the first stop was through the little ruins on the left. Yep. Down the stairs, another invisible, transparent, hollow person thing. Yep. And then did an attempt to get the crystal lizard. Failed the first attempt, but we did eventually get it. It did drop 2 Titanite shards, a chunk, and a bolt stone, which is nice. Yeah, we also looted a chest containing the dark infused scythe. Although the scythe in question is actually a bardiche, but they'll eventually fix it, correct themselves, I'll say, in the later installments. But so that was in a chest, and then when we dropped down where we met Man Scorpion Tark. Yep. In fact, in order to actually talk to him, you need the Ring of Whispers from Shalquar. You have to buy it from her, equip it, and that'll allow you to actually talk with him. And he talked about, how he was created by his master through experiments because he was trying to get what he lacked and all that stuff until eventually drove him mad. Yep. And then he asked us to kill his better half, his betrothed, Scorpioness Nashka. So, yep, he put that task on us. So, yep. And that's basically all we had for him at the moment. And then after talking with him, went back up towards the bridge and continued our little loop around. Yep. Trying to think if there was any moths just yet, but I don't think there was. And just kind of looped around, went to this second little ruins, some more Lion Warriors, as well as the unique Golden Lion Warrior. Yeah, he's a bit tougher, he's got golden hair, he has unique drops to him. Yeah, he has a chest and helmet are unique to him. So the only downside is that he does not respawn. So if you don't get those drops, you either have to use a bonfire static at the bonfire or go to New Game Plus. So, so he did drop something for us, but it was like little pellets that increased dark resistance. So I got my hopes up, but oh well. And so we dealt with him, the other Lion Warrior in the area. I think we looted a soul item up top. And we just kind of continued looped around. Used our bow and arrows to break boards. Yeah, kind of like a little trap of sorts. And you go running for the item. Turns out to be a life gem, but you go running after it, you'll hit the boards, it'll break, you'll fall down, you get surrounded by basilisks, and you're probably going to get petrified if you're not careful. Well, you get panicked while trying to avoid petrification, and you'll run into the little acid pools down there and destroy your equipment, and it's all, yeah, it just goes downhill from there. So, Yeah, so we used our arrows to just kind of break that little floor just to not have to worry about it. So grab the item, kind of do like the little hill area above it. 2 more little invisible hollow enemies. Yep. Then we just kind of continue around. Yep. There was another breakable floor. This one actually led down to our second encounter with a dark diver Grendel. So he still won't let us join his covenant, but he'll say, you know, if we meet him again, he'll think about it. And there was also a chest there containing these homing soul masses. So we grabbed that. Then we dropped down to that little cave area with the little acid pools and the basilisks. Made our way up towards the door, the locked door, just taking care of the basilisks along the way. I think it was a Pharros lockstone in there, I believe, as well, in one of the little alcoves. And then we unlocked the door, met weaponsmith Ornifex, talked to her. She said if we swing by her home, she'll help us out. And in that same room was another fragrant branch of yore. So we got our branch back after using it to get the Fang key. And after that, we just kind of went back. It dropped us down to where it led to where we got the Fang key from, to the bridge, and we went back up to where we dropped down. Yep. Because then we climbed one of the staircases, which led us to Creighton the Wanderer. Yep, Creighton the Wanderer is there. So we talked to him. He was kind of like muttering to himself, like, once I get my hands on you kind of thing. Yeah, I think we kind of startled him. But I just kind of talked to him. He said, you know, Pate, he found the home of Pate. It's down in Brightstone Cove, and he'll make his way there. So we talked with him. So the next time we meet him, he'll actually be in combat with Pate. At that point, we'll have to make a choice. So, so we finished talking with him, looted a brave soul, dropped down. I'm trying to remember what else we did. Yeah, we went back to the bridge, and then we hopped left instead of right. Yeah, we hopped left, where there was a moth just sitting up on the wall. Took care of it. Gave us I think a wilted dusker or something like that. Yep. And then to the left was a Cien Knight. Yep, a Cien Knight guarding another sublime bone dust. So took care of him. Attempted to parry with our claymore. Failed spectacularly. Yep. Spectacularly, let's say. But we looted the Sublime Bone Dust, went back, unpetrified the Lion Warrior there, killed him. So we needed to unpetrify that one, or the one by Man Scorpion Tark. I recommend the one that we eventually did, because it'll lead you to get behind Vengarl's body. Yeah, Vengarl's body is in that little room that you can only get to by unpetrifying one of those Lion Warriors. So we unpetrified one of them, took on Vengarl's body. Pretty tanky, pretty strong, but we did manage to do it. Yeah, did manage to do it. And then after that, we went back to Vengarl's head. He noticed that his body was dead. He realized we were the ones who did it, and then he offered his help. Yep. So now he could be summoned as an NPC phantom for various boss fights. I'm not 100% on all of them. I know you can summon him for Thornwatcher and Defender, Nasandra, I think the King's Pet, Lud, and Zalin in the Frigid Outskirts. I'm pretty sure you can summon them out there. There's probably a few more, but I don't quite remember what they are. But we'll come upon them once we get there. Yeah, so now he sells his weapons, his shields. We also got his armor set from his body. And then after that, we went back all the way up. There's also another, like on the way to meeting Creighton, there was also like another little ruins immediately to the right there, which had a bunch of curse jars, a basilisk, as well as another petrified lion warrior, which we did unpetrify, because he was blocking a chest, which contained a fragrant branch of yore, which we got our branch back, as well as the, I think it's the Lion Mage set. Yeah, it's the Lion Mage robe, cuffs, and skirt. Yep. each piece increases the cast speed. So pretty good set if you're going to be using a lot of spells. Yep. So we looted that, and then we made our way to the boss fight. Yep, Scorpionus Nashka. We did summon Man Scorpion Tark just to ensure he'll give us his rewards. So we just summoned him just to be sure. Yep. And then we took on Nashka, who wasn't too hard. Yeah, wasn't too hard. Pretty weak to fire, so I did bring Flame Swath or Flame Swath? I would say Swath. Flame Swath and Firestorm. Firestorm did not do as well as I thought or hoped, but Flame Swath did. Yep. Even with, I even equipped the Red Eye Ring just to keep her attention, just so she can break a tree to get the item in the arena. But she was hell-bent on killing Tark. So, yeah. So Tark just kind of tanked for us as we used our pyromancies and swung at her. Yeah. And then she went down. Not a bad fight. Not pretty hard. Not hard at all. Nope. She can be tricky if you are alone, because she does have a one move where she'll burrow underground and kind of come at you underground, where she'll pop up. And that's probably one of her most dangerous attacks, because you're just not quite sure when she's going to pop up. So, but with Tark's help, she went down easy. And after that, we went back to where we met Tark, talked to him, and he gave us another petrified, or not, no, a fragrant branch of yore. Yep, gave us one of those for killing his better half. So, yep. So we're done with him for now. He has some more stuff once we beat Duke Seldora, but until then, we're done with him for now. Yep. And after that, we went back to the boss arena, pressed forward, made our way here to the Doors of Pharros. Yep, Doors of Pharros. Yep. And that was it. That was it. Pretty straightforward. Got some stuff done, but we made progress. That's all that matters. Yep. And between episodes, I went back to the Shaded Woods just to try and get the Line Warrior set. I have their cuffs, skirt, their weapon, and their shield. I just need to get their cape. Yeah, so I haven't gotten everything yet, but I'm working on it. And I think that's all I did between episodes. Yeah, I just went back there and just to farm their equipment. Yeah. So I didn't go back to Black Gulch yet. Actually, I did upgrade the axe here, the Dragon Slayer Crest Axe. I ended up using all 15 of my Twinkling Titanite just to upgrade it to max. Yep. So our weapon here is maxed out. Yep, to +5. I don't know if that was a good idea, but I did it anyway, because oops. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah. I did it anyway because I do like this weapon. It is really cool looking. It does scale with lightning, and lightning scales with faith, so it'll be pretty good. Yeah. And I think that was it. Yeah, I think that's all I did, was just upgrade this weapon, farm for some Line Warrior armor. And I also bought some life gems, some more gold pine resin from Head of Angarl, and I also had enough souls left over to level up twice. So I leveled up our faith by 2. So now we have 32 faith. Or 32 base faith, I should say. So, yep, and that was it. That's all I did between episodes. Yeah, just a little item farming, upgrading some stuff, level up once or twice. Yep. And today, we'll be tackling the Doors of Pharros. Yep, the other Rat King Covenant area. The Doors of Pharros can either be really easy or really hard. Well, not really hard, but it can be really easy or, well, it can either be normal like we're going to do now, or we can make it very easy on us. If we're in the Rat King Covenant, the enemies in the Doors of Pharros will actually be neutral to us. They won't be hostile to us. So we just kind of run around and loot the items if we're in the Covenant. But we're not in the Covenant, so they are going to be hostile to us. Yep, so just make sure you have a few Pharros Lockstones. I think we need 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. I'm not trying to remember all the little doors we have to open, but I know there's like at least 3 we need to open that requiring a Pharros Lockstone, but if you're in the Rat King Covenant, there's a lot of Pharros Lock contraptions here that could be useful to you, but for us, we only need like 4, maybe, if 5, if that. But yeah, so we do have that many. We have 9, so we're pretty good. Yep. So yep, yeah, it's a bunch of doors or a few doors to open. There is an NPC invader. Bowman Guthrie invades here, only if you're offline though. If you're online, he probably won't. Yep. So got some Primal Knights, some Gurm Warriors. Gavlan should be here. His final location is here at the end of the Doors of Pharros. So he senses his final location. He won't move after that, so we can come back to him at any time and sell. So that's a good thing to have access to. But yeah, it's also the Royal Rat Authority, another encounter with the Rat King, and this will eventually lead us to Brightstone Cove. Yep, Brightstone Cove, Seldora. Yep. Yeah, so that's the plan. Doors of Pharros. And our equipment for today, at least starting off, this will probably change depending on the situation. I have my Dragon Slayer's Crescent Axe +5, giving us good, decent physical damage with some lightning on the side. Won't say no. I have my Royal Kite Shield +6, just in case. I don't think I'll be needing it. The Gurn Warriors you can parry, the Primal Knights you cannot. So we'll give it a try. Although the Gurn Warriors do pack a punch, so it's kind of risky. Our Lightning Priest Chime +9, just for all that sweet, sweet lightning damage. Our rings, there's the Chloranthy Ring, +1. Stone Ring, because this should be enough to at least maybe stagger the Gurn Warriors. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't, but hopefully it does. A clear Bluestone Ring +1 for faster cast speeds, and Ring of Prayer. Yep. Again, we're going to be chucking some Lightning Spear, so more faith, better. And our armor set is the Armor of the Forlorn. Yep. Using the whole thing. Wow. It's basically the same as the others. Okay. It's a pretty good physical set. Elementals could be better, but most enemies here are going to be physical anyway, so it's like, But, yep. Our axe with the Forlorn. Chucking lightning spears. Got my flask, life gems, gold pine resin, because I guess even though this weapon has lightning infusion already, we can still buff it with lightning, so that's one thing I like about Dark Souls 2. Even if you elemental infuse your weapon, you can still buff it with spells and resins. For the most part, there are exceptions, but here are my stats. Again, I did level up my faith by 2, so our base faith is 32 with 5 added on top from the ring. Looking pretty good. I'm going to focus on faith for now until we get to 42, so I can use Lightning Spear. Great Lightning Spear, I should say. Alright. I have 2 copies of Lightning Spear, Heavenly Thunder, and Soul Appease, because Soul Appease will do damage against the Gurm Warriors, the Primal Knights, as well as the little rat dogs. Yep, so this will be like a little AoE around us. So hopefully it should be good. Alright, shall we get this show on the road? Let's just rest up real quick just to get our charge back. Alright, Primal Knight. Yep. Still buffed with lightning resin. That's what I like. Oh, look at that. Look at that damage. Yeah, we're doing a ton of damage to these guys. Thank you. Yes, I still like how you can infuse or buff weapons with resins. It's still so cool. Oh, there's an item there. We'll get that on the way back. Excuse me, sir. I have a chest open. For a dragon chime. Yay. I think it's just, yeah. Cures poison, greatly restores health, so it can be useful. It can be useful. So we go that way. Let's grab this item real quick. Ten prism stones. Thank you. We could actually trade those with Dino and Tillo for some stuff. Alright. Rest up to get our cast back, because now we're just gonna press forward. Here we go. Why can I not hit you? Why can I not hit you? Ow. Come here, you. Bowman Gun 3. Alright. Bowman Gun 3. Yep. G, thank you. Yeah, he can drop his Avalons, his armor set, but again, he doesn't respawn, at least not in new game anyway. Alright, that could have been bad. I was having trouble hitting the freaking rat dog. Okay, that's going to be an issue if that keeps up. Alright, so welcome to the doors of Pharros. Yep. Whole bunch of doors. Yeah. I'm guessing the one human the Rat King was mentioning, that's probably Pharros was his name. A whole bunch of little alcoves. I think that opens up somewhere. Nothing much, not much down here. We could light a sconce if we really wanted to. Might as well. We'll light you because I feel like it. Yeah, there's a bunch of contraptions. These open up to, I think, more enemies. We don't feel like doing that. This one over here. This is one of those ones we want to open. Alright. You don't need to open all of the doors, all the sides. Yeah, that will open this side, that will open that side. The only one you really need to do is this one. Yeah, this will open up the bottom one. You can fit through. But there's a reason why you don't want to open the whole thing. There's a Primal Knight. However, he can't get through. Yeah, he's stuck there like this. As long as you don't open the other sides, he can't get it. Can't get through. Is mine range? Oh, look at that damage. That was nice. I was not expecting it to do that much. That was actually pretty good. And it's a chest at the end. St. Tyr's Spear. Very interesting, well, spear. A spear that was embedded in a stone statue. According to an old local legend, a great spear was used to defeat St. Tyr, the walking statue. Perhaps this is the very spear. but it will be difficult to utilize such a thing in the manner of a spear. Your only choice is to swing it around and smite foes about the head. Yep. This is one of those interesting weapons. Yeah. Because right now it's a halberd. It's got 500 durability. Yep. So right now it's classed as a halberd, but if you happen to break it, if you do break it, the stone part on there will come off and it'll become an actual spear. Yeah. This is one of those, if you don't want to do a no rest run to get one of the illustrious rings, this is probably your weapon of choice. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about durability, you don't have to rest or anything, you just pick this up and just go. Yeah, but the 500 durability, it is going to be difficult to break if we rest at bonfires. But, because right now the moveset is a halberd. But again, if you break it, it becomes a spear. Pretty good spear at that, if I remember right. Although it has no scaling, so the damage value is just whatever it is. But it's an interesting weapon. Interesting weapon. Alright. There's an item back here. Let's go grab it. 2 amber herbs. We'll take it because we're going to be needing some amber herbs in order to get to our spell uses. And some more rat dogs. Yeah, that's toxic. Which reminds me, I should probably put on my poison moss. Yeah, okay. Yeah, these guys inflict toxic, as you saw. And toxic is a lot worse than poison, that's for sure. Let's see the ladder up. Alright. I think that just reveals another enemy. We don't want that. So let's climb up. There's another sconce we could use. Twisted Barricade and Proud Knights. Just don't go anywhere, buddy. Twisted Barricade. The Hexat distorts local space. For a brief moment, spells are deflected. Hexer Gillid never took an apprentice, making it unclear how his spells were passed down. It is even possible that hexes came from another source entirely. Yep. So I guess it's like a little spell parry of sorts, maybe. I think. Oh, he armed the little trap wall. Buddy, that's not cool. That's not cool. Alright, Mr. Girm. Get out from behind your shield. Let's actually try and parry these guys. Nope. Nope. I was way either too soon, most likely, or... Yeah, but they hurt. Really? Technically your shield was still up, huh? Fine. I do want to parry you guys. I really do. So let me do this. Come on. Oh, you got kind of really fast. What? Alright. You can parry these guys. Or is it the other ones? Where's the axe one? I am. Alright. Alright, I'm not going to try anymore. Yeah, he activated this trap. This is going to suck. drops a chunk. Nice. Alright. These open these doors which lead to traps. So I wouldn't do them. Nope. Yeah, I think they either open up traps or more enemies to fight. And that's not good. Nope. And this chest is trapped. Yeah. I think trapped chests have a slight wetness to them. They look, I'm not quite sure how to describe it. They look different. I notice the difference, but I'm not quite sure how to describe it. Almost wet, like I said, but you are trapped. I know that for sure. So, what are you? Arrows. Okay. Chunk and petrified dragon bone. Don't mind if I do. Let's keep going. This should be a Pharros lockstone and a soul item. Hold on. Ooh, a sconce. Nope, okay, never mind. I thought I could light a sconce, but we have a bunch more germs and statues. Alright. Before that, I think this one down here is what we want. I think it's this right here. I think you're what I want. Yep, door opened. Is there a door? Yes, okay. Door opened. This door opened. Alright. Containing another chest. I don't think you're trapped. Faint stone, twinkling titanite. Nice. Twinkling titanite for sure is definitely useful. If I used up all my titanites for this axe. There's a little drop down. Back up top. Alright. Alright, sconce. Well, no, we'll come back this way anyway, so. Alright. Now on to this room. Let's go left. This is the boss. Yep, here's the boss room. We'll come back to you. Yep. And beyond that gate is the Royal Rat Authority, so we'll come back. We'll come back. Alright. Thank you. We have some statues. Yep. Some of these will actually activate these statues, causing them to throw axes. Yeah, they'll throw axes about. So, yeah. Alright, so these three control this door. And like the other door down there, you only want to open this bottom one. Yeah. To open the bottom one, you want the middle one. Opens up, reveals a primal knight. Again, he can't get out as long as you don't open the other doors. Pretty good. Excuse me, sir. Some more gauntlets we don't want. And in here we have Brave Warrior Soul. Yep. That was a Brave Warrior. And again, I think this one activates the statue, so you don't want to do that. Not unless you want to do the Rat King Covenant online, but yeah. All right. Soul item. Dual axe Gurm. Alright. Some more boots. Thank you. Alright. Yeah, a bunch of these, like this one probably activates the statues. One opens up the door for another enemy. This one I think activates the statue. I think this one activates the statue, and I think this one activates this little trap here. It's a saw blade trap. It'll fling saw blades across this little bridge. So, yeah. Just don't go activating things willy-nilly, I'll say. I mean, you should. I mean, you still should, just to figure out what does what, but... Alright. So we're going to do drop down. A gear arm axe and a torch. Torch is always welcome. And this is... Hold on. Don't want to back off. Alright, so it's not the same as the one that Gavlon gave us. Okay. Really cool looking. I really like it. Nice and clean and ornate. Kind of. 28 strength, we can do it. We can two-hand it. But I think it has the same... Yeah, at first glance the axe appears crude, but with further examination, once you find craftsmanship, quite hand for humans who flung about recklessly abandoned by the Gurm. Yep. Alright, so a one-headed axe instead of the dual-headed that Gavlon gave us. Nice. Okay. So we could have gone up there earlier, but we did a little drop down. Alright. And to be honest, that is actually everything in the Doors of Pharros, at least this part anyway. Yeah. You have to go beat the Royal Rat Authority. And these rat dog things, they can drop Pharros Lockstones. It is a rare drop, so if you need more Pharros Lockstones, these are your, they're your targets. So let's go back up, let's go to the boss. Yeah, lighting the sconces don't really do anything, but I feel like doing it anyway. You have almost 2 hours of torch time anyway, so I was like, eh. Alright, Royal Rat Authority. Alright. I think we should be good. The real enemy in this fight are the 4 rat dogs that spawn with them, so it's like, they are very, very dangerous. I think we should be good. Soul Appease does do damage to the rat dog, so we could kill them all in one burst if we're lucky. But alright, so again, through here is the Royal Rat Vanguard. The giant dog fight. Yeah, it's an attempt to be Sif, but it's not Sif, but again, the main enemies are the 4 little rat dogs that inflict toxic. So, yep. So if you get those 4 down, he should be okay. He is pretty relatively slow. As long as you kind of stay under him, he should be okay. But he does have little paw slams that could hit you if you're underneath him. He will regurgitate an acid pool, which damages armor. It's really disgusting looking if you see it. He has a lunging attack that goes pretty far. Yeah, a lot farther than you think. So if you believe you're out of range, you're gonna get hit. But again, just kind of stay close to him, and you should be fine. I'm pretty sure he's weak to fire / so we may not be doing the best damage, but I think we'll be good. Yeah. So we solo appease the 4 rat dogs, and once he gets close to us, we can do Heavenly Thunder and hopefully hit him multiple times. Hopefully. But for the most part, we're just going to be pounding away at him. Yep. Alright, got our moss on the ready. Hopefully this cure's toxic. It should, but... Alright. Warrior Rat Authority. You guys not gonna come? Hello? Ah, just missed him. Usually activate once you get into the fight, but I guess not. That's this little lunging attack. Ah, just a little slow. It has a bit of a wind up to it, so... Get back here. Yeah. Try to... Just a little claw slam. Stamina back. And he's going to regurgitate. Ew. 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 Warrior Rat Authority and a rat tail. Warrior Rat Authority, yeah. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, again, the main enemies are these little rat dogs, but for some reason they didn't want to aggro once we walked in. I don't know if it's bugged or we didn't get close enough, but once we killed the one, the other came. Soul Peas did what I hoped it did, mostly. Yeah, it got 2 of them, but the third one was just out of range, I think. So we had to finish that one off the old-fashioned way. Yep. And then we had to fight Royal Rat Authority himself. Yep. Again, he is susceptible to Soul Appease. And again, Soul Appease only works on hollowed enemies, like Hollow Soldiers. The Gurm here works on them. Primal Knights, the Rat Dogs, the rats down in Grave of Saints, Undead Citizens. If it's hollow, Soul Appease will work. Even on bosses like Vendrick, it'll work on Vendrick. So, yep. Heavenly Thunder did about what I expected, even though the Authority likes to hop backwards out of range. Punk. Yeah. Just kind of stick under it. Lock on may not be the best choice, but yeah, it worked. It worked. Yep. Yeah. Just take care of these 4 ads, and then it should be smooth sailing. In fact, if you group up the ads here, or the rat dogs here, if you're able to group them up when you kill them, you can actually use the hex dead again. And the heck's dead again. It causes bodies to explode. Let's just see if I have it. I have a lot of it, yeah. The worms down in Black Gulch drop these. Yep. Hex that casts a dark flame upon corpses, causing them to combust violently. Yep. Corpse explosion, if you ever play RPGs, hack and slash RPGs. Like the Necromancer in Diablo 2, one of his skills is corpse explosion. Yep. But yeah, you can use those adds against the authority. But yeah, Warrior Authority, not too bad. You got a soul? Yep. Of the Underground Realm. Those who choose to serve the Rat King must have the courage to face his challenges. Yep. And again, if you're in the Royal Rat Authority, or if you're in the Rat Covenant, the enemies in the Doors of Pharros are not hostile. Yeah, they'll just kind of sit around while you just walk around. So, yeah. Royal Rat Authority. Alright. Now I just gotta find the door out. It should be over here somewhere. It's right there, okay. Yeah, we came in from over there, is the exit. Hey everybody, and here we go, the Rat King. What's up, man?
Why comest thou here, human? Thy treason will not go unpunished. Begone, I will gaze upon thee no longer.
Yeah, we'll join his covenant. Yeah, you say that because we abandoned his covenant earlier, but...
My servant, do not disappoint me.
Right. Anything else?
Speak thy mind, servant. The insolent fools line up to trample upon our burrows. My servant, dispatch these.
Alright. Do you have anything new? No, you do not. Nope, nothing new. Alright.
My servant.
Do not disappoint me. Yep. Here's the way out. Or does this just lead us back in? Okay, it just leads us back in here. Okay, at the entrance. Because this is actually the way out. This will lead us to Brightstone Xeldora. Yep. So the Doors of Pharros is entirely optional. You don't have to go through it. You just, hit the bonfire down there, come back up, and out the way. Alright. I think at this point, since we're in the Covenant, these guys aren't hostile. Or is the ones in Pharros? So these ones out here are still hostile. I think the ones in there are not. Let's just rest up real quick. We'll head our way out. Out of my way. Alright, now we leave. I think it's right up there. I think the exit was right up there. We come this way and... Oh, there's an item right here. Life gem, thank you. Bunch of statues from the pits. What's up, my man? It's been so long. Where have you been?
Make deal with Gavlan.
Lonesome Gavlan. Yep, this is his final location, so he'll always be here. Yep, so you just teleport to the bonfire outside the Doors of Pharros, up the way, and here he is. What's up?
Gavlan will, Gavlan deal. Gavlan wants soul. Many, many soul. What you want? With Gavlan, you will, you deal.
Gavlon deal. Gavlon deal. Right. So he has another copy of the giant ring. Guess we don't need it. Now you can buy poison arrows as much as you want. It's unlimited now. Let's grab a few. Could always use some more. You never know when they come in handy. I'd say about 80 more. That works. Poison moss, poison hair. Yep. There, it's all unlimited. Alright. But the main function is sell. I'm just gonna, at this point, I'm just gonna sell a bunch of stuff, so I'll see you when I've finished. Alright. I think I'm done. Yeah, I think I sold everything. At least sold everything I wanted to sell. Alright, Gavlon. Thank you for wheeling and dealing.
Gavlan will, Gavlan deal. Gavlan wants what? With many deal, many thanks.
Gavlon, never change, never change. Yep. Alright. After wheeling and dealing, let's head out. This should take us out to at least the second half of this little area. Yeah. Don't get too close to this guy, because he will throw him. He's gonna come in fisticuffs, I guess. Gloves and an old mundane stone. Gurm warrior gloves. Yep. Most of the Gurm descending refuse contact. Yep. Ooh. I like just basic gloves. I really do like just having basic gloves in Dark Souls games. They go pretty well with some of the armor sets. Alright. There should be a crystal lizard coming up. There he is. So may not be able to get him in. He's gonna run off, huh? Punk. Gear. Excuse me, sir. Helmets. Yep. Can't go this way. Yep, just a dead end. Yep, can't even jump up. Yes, we do want their shield. It is a great shield, but it offers 100% physical and fire negation. Yeah, it's the only shield in the game with dual 100% negations, at least that I'm aware of. So we definitely want to grab a hold of that if we can, because it could be useful in some spots. So we have to go farm for the rest of that. Press forward. We'll come back for that crystal lizard later. Here we are. Broken fountain. Yep. Radiant life gem. Here we go. Brightstone Cove, Seldora. We have a little encampment here, full of falconers, some pigs. Yep. This is probably going to be my main spot where I'm going to try and get the sunlight medals from all the falconers here. The bonfire is right here, and there's like at least 4 of them in here. 4, maybe 5. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's probably a 5th one or so in these tents. Yeah. Now we're in Brightstone, Zeldora. Let us head back to Majula real quick. What do I... hold on. Let me actually go to Strayed real quick. I want to see if we get anything from the Royal Rat Authority soul. I think it's a weapon. It probably is pyromancy. It's probably like acid spray or something like that. Strayed.
Well, then fine.
No new weapon. Yeah, acid surge. Yep. The fringe pyromancy of unknown origin. Spray and equipment eroding acid. Does not directly damage foes, but eats away at their equipment instead. Yet another pyromancy inspired by perniciousness. I don't know how to pronounce that, but all right, not worth it. Yeah, it's more for online play against other players, just to corrode their equipment. But I might pick it up, but I don't know. We'll see. Probably at the end, I'll go around just buy everything. Bear, seek, rest. 3 levels. Straight into faith. Alright. Anything else? Nope. Alright. And with that, I'm going to call an episode. Yep. We did the Doors of Pharros. Yep. Not a very big area. It does have a lot of Pharros contraptions that most of them just reveal enemies or activate traps, which is good if you're part of the Rat Covenant, but otherwise just really makes the area a lot harder. But luckily you only need 4 lockstones. 1, 2, 3. I think it's only 3 actually, maybe 4. Hold on. So we got 7. We did pick up at least 1. So yeah, 3. Yeah. You only need 3 lockstones if you're not going to do the Rat King Covenant. So most of those contraptions activate traps or reveal doors that have enemies behind them, but yeah. Started off precariously, I should say. Yeah, we started the bonfire. Instead of going into the Doors of Pharros, we actually went back out just to take care of the enemies there, as well as pick up a 10 prism stones and a chest containing a dragon charm. But and so after that, we made our way into the Doors of Pharros proper. Yep. And we encountered one slight problem. Our axe here has a hard time hitting low enemies, smaller enemies. Yeah, because the rat dogs, they're low to the ground, so our axe has a hard time hitting them, which did not bode well. Yeah, because the rat dogs in the Doors of Pharros do inflict toxic, not just poison, but toxic. Yeah, a much stronger version of it. So, yeah, trying to deal with that as well as the Primal Knight. Yeah, it was not fun, especially when Bowman Guthrie decided to invade. Yeah, you just walk into the Doors of Pharros and he'll invade. So, but we did dispatch the Primal Knight. We did eventually hit the rat dog. We did cure ourselves of the toxic. We did get our health back up, and we did quickly made short work of Bowman Guthrie. Yeah, Guthrie, he doesn't respawn. He's not in a new game. Yeah, he does have a chance of dropping his Avalons, or his Avalons, as well as the Royal Swordsman set, but we didn't get it this time, so oh well. Yeah, invaders have a small chance of dropping an item or two, but Oh well. Oh well. But anyway, so after dealing with that kerfuffle, we just kind of pressed forward. Yeah, just stuck to the right, the left side, just kind of worked our way around. I think there was a Gurren warrior we took care of, lit a sconce, used one of the Pharros lockstones to partially open a big door. It's a door with 3 different parts to it. Yeah, so we used one to open up the lower section, which was enough for us to squeeze through, but not enough for the Primal Knight on the other side, so this allowed us to pick off the Primal Knight, and it was guarding a chest containing the Santier's Spear? Yeah, Santier's Spear. Yeah. So, very interesting weapon. Yeah, very interesting weapon. It's a halberd right now, but if you do break it, it becomes a spear with infinite durability and no damage loss. So, I think at that point it scales, but for right now it doesn't scale, and it has a ton of durability, and yeah. So it will take a while for the, well, one way to do it is to equip it, unequip everything else, and go to the acid pools in the Shaded Woods, like where Dark Diver Grandol is at, and the Basilisks. Yeah, those little pools, they should degrade the weapon if you just stand in it. I'll have to test it out. It'll be interesting if it works. It should work anyway, but I don't know if they do. I don't think they do damage, but I think they might, which could be a problem. But anyway, yeah, we got the Saint Spear, and we pressed forward. Yep, through a doorway, dealt some more rat dogs. I think we looted a soul item or something like that. Then we went up the ladder, some more Gurren warriors. Yep, looted I think a twinkling titanite and a torch. Yep. And then we used a Pharros lockstone to open up a door down below. We dropped down. There was a passageway, had a chest containing a faint stone and a twinkling titanite, I believe. Yep. And that led us to a drop down back up top. We just pressed forward back into the main room, but this time on the upper level. And then we went clockwise again. Yep. Just found the boss room for the Royal Rat Authority. Hit the bonfire, but we didn't actually go in yet. Popped back out and worked our way around. Yep. Actually, before that, there was that little side alcove with another chest. And that chest was trapped, but it contained a titanite chunk as well as a petrified dragon bone. So definitely worth grabbing. Definitely worth grabbing. Yeah, but again, it was trapped. So yeah, so then we continued forward into the big room on second level. Found the bonfire. Kept going. Dealt with the Gurren warriors. Had another one of those big door with 3 parts. Again, we just activated the contraption for the lower section so we can actually walk in, but the Primal Knight can't come out. Yep. So we dealt with the Primal Knight, picked up a Brave Warrior Soul. We dealt with the other Gurren warriors in the area. Did a drop down for the Gurren axe and a torch, which wasn't needed because it led straight back to the bottom by the sconce we lit. Yeah, so drop down was not necessary, but then we lit our torch to light another sconce we came across, and at that point we ran to the boss. Yep, to the boss. Yep, and we took on the Royal Rat Authority. Yep, the main enemy in that fight are going to be the little 4 added rat dogs at the beginning. Yeah, the ones that inflict toxic. Yeah, since there's 4 of them, it's difficult to take them down, to burst them down before you get toxic. So more often than not, you're going to get toxic at the start of the fight. Then you're panicking to use a poison moss from your inventory, and all the while the Royal Rat Authority is breathing down your neck. But yeah, but luckily for us, they didn't immediately aggro, which is kind of surprising. Usually they just come at you once you walk into the fog or get a bit close, but they did not for some reason. So we ended up chucking a lightning spear. That eventually that activated them to start the fight. And then we utilized solar peas in an attempt to kill the other rat dogs before getting toxic. It kind of worked. We got 2 of the 3 that were left. The third one we were able to kill pretty quickly with our axe. So, yeah. So luckily we finished off the ads without getting toxic, which is always always a plus. Yep. And then at that point, it was just a one-on-one fight with the authority. Yep. He's not too bad. He's not too bad. The best bet is just kind of stick under him. He will hop around to reposition himself. This little lunge has a delay of sorts that it's hit or miss for me. Delayed attacks always get me, so... Oops. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I thought I was going to hit Cool Man there for a second, but... Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, the Royal Rat Authority's little delayed attacks always get, well, delayed attacks in general always get me, so, but other than that, he's pretty easy, pretty straightforward, just whack at his legs, avoid his little lunge, whack at his legs. Heavenly Thunder kind of did what he wanted to do, but he popped out for most of the attack anyway, so it's like, Lightning Spear did good damage, Solar Piece did a good chunk of damage. He is susceptible to solar peas. Yep. And then we just kind of whacked away. We eventually killed him. Got his soul item as well as a rat tail. Yep. And at that point we pressed forward a bit. Met the Rat King again, where we joined his covenant. Yep. Nothing new from him, but we are part of the Rat King covenant for right now. That led to a drop down back at the beginning to the Doors of Pharros, outside before we actually, like above the bonfire. Yeah. So Doors of Pharros is entirely optional. Yeah, you don't even have to do it. You just have to hit the bonfire outside, come back out and up. So, but so we rested at the bonfire, went out, met Gavlon, Lonesome Gavlon. Yep. Where we wheeled and dealed. Yep. Basically, just sold a bunch of stuff, bought a bunch of arrows, made a good chunk of change. Yep. And that is Gavlon's final location. So he's not going to move from there. Yeah, so that's where his permanent location from now on is at that little area, just outside the Doors of Pharros. So whenever you want to sell stuff, just go to him and sell. Yep. So. And after that, we just kind of press forward up the stairs to the last bit of the Doors of Pharros area. Some more Gurm warriors. Crystal Lizard we missed, but yeah, it decided to run off the cliff, but it didn't die, so we'll have to do that again. Just kind of worked our way through, I think, and eventually led us to Brightstone Cove, Seldora. Yep. Right in the little encampment. There's a bonfire there. Yep. Went to Stray to check out what the Royal Rat Authority gave us. It gave us acid spray, which is not useful in offline, but can be useful online. Yeah, especially against other players, where it degrades equipment. But yep. So, and then after that, we came back here, leveled up. And that was it. Yep, that was it. Doors of Pharros. And the next episode is Brightstone Cove, Seldora. Yep. Yeah, Brightstone Cove. It is a pretty beefy area. There's actually a few sections to it. But we'll try to at least get to the Prowling Magus fight, at least. Yeah, that's the plan. Because there's that encampment, and then it leads down. I'm trying to remember the direction. Yeah, it leads down into like a little cave section with. It'll eventually lead us to the Magus boss fight, Magus and Congregation boss fight. So, yeah. So that's the plan for next episode. That little encampment. There is a mimic there, a whole bunch of falconers. Pigs. I think we'll get introduced to little parasite spiders, as they're called. Yeah. Well, we'll get some good stuff in the next couple of areas. Yep. I think we'll eventually meet Creighton and Pates, who will be in combat, and we'll have to make a choice. Yep. Yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Nearing the end of the halfway point? Third waypoint? Whatever you want to call it. Yeah. But anyway, next episode, Brightstone Cove, Seldora. But again, that is for another episode, and I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.